are here at the White House. Gonna start the day here today, and then we'll do some other stuff. We've got helicopters incoming. Really does sound weird though. Do we have the VH92? Or is that just an air conditioner? It's hard to tell with all the echoes that go off these buildings here. We get echoes from that building, echoes from the White House, press gallery, roof. Oh well, we'll see what kind of helicopter we get after we grab our ladder and get over to the setups. We are running late. On days we're late, we have to take our bag out, which is not really what we want to do.
Thanks, buddy. Hell yeah, that's good. Like the Olympic 5K. Oh, yeah. Oh, here. Good to see. Where are you going to go?
Where would you like to be?
I think we're early. Never happened. This never has. Looks like a helicopter.
So this is what it looks like from a ladder. It's pretty darn loud. Our trigger is the doors opening. Usually the usher opens the door, or the White House butler or something. So we wait for that. Okay guys, you guys are still waiting. It's been about 10-15 minutes. And the door's been opened. Agent Heather is
Mr. President, any advice for your Vice President on the debate stage? Mr. President, have you talked to your son?
a nice cake for it?
Sorry?
Back soon, please. Please come again.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks so much. You too.
You don't have Delaware, do you?
I sure don't. I am free.
Have a good weekend.
Get a DC weekend. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we've gone from Biden to burgers. Okay, burger time. Basic burger. Okay, guys, we finished our hamburger and we are now on a bike, like promised. I thought it would be a nice day. It's actually in the 70s, not going to get that hot because, well, it's cloudy. So we're just going to ride around a little bit, see what's going on down around the mall and stuff. No real agenda, we'll just see what's happening in DC.
Something nice.
So while this is a one-way street, this is a two-lane bike lane, which is pretty convenient. Unfortunately, it's also pretty darn bumpy. Roads that are okay for cars, not really the best for bikes always. This part, though, has been renovated, and then they cut it up for utility stuff. Ugh, utility cars everywhere, like that, and here. Well, we just were at the White House. Let's go down to the south side. Trump on the left and Kamala on the right. That's how they have their shirts organized. Irony is not lost on them. I think it's all about the sales. So, just up north of Baltimore, about an hour ago, there was a school shooting, but it doesn't seem to be random. It seems to be a fight that escalated into a shooting. It's an hour and a half to get there, so it's not really worth my time to drive up there and get like a couple photos of police cars doing, well, not much of anything now that it's all over. I think everyone's okay. Last I heard, it was just one person, no active shooter at the time. One person in custody, too. So the kids did panic and ran all out. There's some video on the internet of the kids running everywhere. Let's head over to the South Lawn, or to the Ellipse, and see what's new. So over there is the 1st Infantry Memorial, the big red one. And during the spring, they put out red flowers in the shape of a number 1. Right now, though, it's just green ones. Have we? No, we do not have a new Christmas tree yet. I read somewhere that the best time to plant a Christmas tree is November. So maybe we'll see one in a month or two. About the time when they gotta start decorating it, yeah? So the National Christmas Tree is a living tree, but it never lasts more than a couple years before it dies. And I guess the soil there is sus. So that's where the Christmas tree normally goes and is absent at the moment. Still got the fountain and sprinklers on. We could see those at the helicopter launch this morning. Oh, it's an interesting dish on top of that SUV. And all is quiet on the South Lawn. All right. So Biden is off today to Detroit, and then he goes to Delaware for the weekend. I don't know when he gets back. I think he gets back Monday. We'll get advanced, what we call a week ahead guidance sometime this weekend. It'll give us a general idea of what he's going to do next week and whether we need to make any travel arrangements or anything like that. But then we'll get the actual schedule each night before about 10 or so. Trucks that do nothing, doing nothing, good sign. When they don't do anything, nothing's going on. Oh, let's go over here because we're going to unveil this statue, I think in the next week or two. I should try to get credentialed for that. The World War I Memorial has a new statue that they've been working on for years. And it's already, I guess, in place. But they technically haven't unveiled it officially. Let's go over there. Oof, crunch. So this is the World War I Memorial in Washington, D.C. It's just opened about 2-3 years ago, but they're going to have a big unveiling of the new statue. Tells a soldier's story, going off to war and coming back. Somewhat changed, and it's been cast, and it looks like, to be honest, it looks like it's up already. Who's down there? But I don't think it's been officially announced. Let's see if we can get in. There's people inside. How can we get inside? Yeah, so you can see the statue back there. Not officially unveiled yet, but it is visible. And over here is Blackjack Pershing, and someone's put some flowers out for him. Not sure why. It's a holiday or his birthday or something. All right, let's go down this way and see what's up downtown. So up here is a place called Freedom Plaza. A lot of protest marches start out here. We're right across from the DC government building. That's the mayor's office, the John Wilson building. And this is Freedom Plaza, which is a nice marble, and it's really good for skateboarding. A lot of skateboarders come out here and do tricks and crash and stuff. The grid that you see now, that is actually a map of DC, at least as it was in the days of Pierre L'Enfant, who designed the city. And like for up here, for example, is the Capitol building, as it once was, with the House chamber, the rotunda, and the Senate chamber. This is now the old Capitol building because they added extensions to each side. And if we continue up that way, that would be Pennsylvania Avenue to the White House. And it's over here. There's something in the ground. It's been skateboarded over to the point you can't read it. That's a little thing about the map. Yeah, the White House is down here. Here we go. So the White House is here. The East Room, you see me in there sometimes. The stairs, entrance, family dining, stairs, state dining room, red room, blue room, green room. You can see them all here. This is the main residence of the White House. It doesn't have the East Wing or the West Wing though, because that's what the city looked like back in the day. All right, let's slide out of here before we get hit by a bunch of skateboarders. So here's one of the larger government office buildings. It's called the Ronald Reagan Building at International Trade Center. Actually has a food court in the basement. Some regard it as kind of a sick joke that the biggest government building in downtown is actually named after Ronald Reagan, who tried to get rid of the size of big government. And also the home of the National Children's Museum now. They lease space here. Can't say I've been in that museum in a long, long time. I don't really know what's inside. ICE is here, USAID, a couple other government agencies are in the area. EPA is around here. That's the Federal Triangle subway station. That's a beautiful area, beautiful building. Yeah, the Woodrow Wilson Memorial. I didn't know there was such a thing. The Woodrow Wilson Center. I think they give out the Wilson scholarships. And you can just cut through this little alley. Whoa. But I didn't crash right there is a miracle. I was like an inch away from that bollard that I didn't see at all. Oh well. Such is life. That would have really sucked. Well, you can see some sandbags here. This is part of Federal Triangle, which is one of the lower lying areas of DC. Huge flood risk here in the spring. We actually get quite a bit of flooding in Federal Triangle. So you see a lot of sandbags down here around the buildings that flood. There's some videos of these intersections being under like 2 feet of water sometimes. It's really crazy. Let's cut over towards the monument, yeah? The big stick. Okay, there's the big stick, the Washington Monument. Kids call it the big stick. They did it like 10 years ago when they were little, but they sort of stuck with them. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think my kids have ever actually been up inside of it. All right, something for them to do one day. I'm gonna get tickets next holiday and make them go up with me. My kids have kind of a weird view of DC because, you know, they live here, so they don't think they have to see all the touristy stuff. And the school takes them on trips and forces them to see some of the stuff. So they're not really the most informed people about what goes on in DC. All right, let's go this way. Try not to get killed. Okay, we're swung down by the World War II Memorial, which says Americans came to liberate, not to conquer, to restore freedom, and to end tyranny. It says that on both sides of the World War II Memorial. It's got two sides. We're going to cut through this guy's photo. Such is life. The Atlantic Theater and the Pacific Theater. There's a column for every state and territory that took part in the Allied effort. So you see over here, American Samoa, Guam, Hawaii, DC, New Mexico. Oh. You see people got their feet in the fountain. They tell them not to, but it's so hot, people usually end up, especially kids, they get really quite wet. All right, let's swing back this way for a bit. I'm gonna slide down this back road towards the horse park. What are these guys doing? Oh, they're setting up for like this evening's soccer matches and kickball and volleyball and stuff. This is technically called the JFK hockey fields, and I've never seen anyone play field hockey out here ever. But the grass is very, very thin cut. It's very low. I guess for field hockey it would be good. Okay, continuing down the fields. Just noticed there's a bunch of people dressed up over here at the World War I Memorial for the District of Columbia. This is DC's World War I Memorial, and oh, it looks like there's a bride. Can you see her? There she is. There's wedding photos taking place. Who knows, maybe they even got married there. That's a memorial just for DC residents, not for the general public, the rest of the country. That World War I memorial for the rest of the country is the one I showed you earlier. What do we got down here? Oh, they got some. Oh, they got a big lacrosse tournament. Oh, there's one of the horses. This is the U.S. Park Police Mounted Division Forward Operating Base. They have some horses here for the police, though their main stable is in Rock Creek, which is on the other side of town, sort of up the river a bit, up the creek a bit. They do bring the horses down here from time to time. Let's just keep making our way over to the Lincoln Memorial. We're going to go past the Korean War Memorial here on my left. I think this is our most recent war memorial, and it just got renovated about a year ago. They added the names of all the fallen, and not just the fallen Americans, but the Korean soldiers who served in American units. Their names have all been added to this memorial as well. So, all right, we're up at the Lincoln Memorial, which is under renovation. They're building the new Lincoln Memorial Museum that's going to open in 2026. July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the United States. They're going to open a new museum underneath the memorial. Should be kind of cool, but it does mean it's going to look like this for the next year or so if you come to visit DC. The memorial's going to be all beat up. And we can swing down this way by the Vietnam Wall, which is got a few tourists out here today, a few visitors. No, I don't ride my bike down there. It's inappropriate, but you can see folks taking a look at the wall. All over 50,000 names of Americans who died in the Vietnam War, all etched in the black marble there. It's a pretty powerful thing. You should definitely visit this if you come to DC. I actually recommend looking up someone from your hometown and then paying your respects to them. They have a directory at the end here with the names of all the fallen, and you can see where they came from. People leave markers, mementos, flowers, flags, pictures, everything. They leave them all there for tribute to the fallen. Wow, look at this squirrel. What's he got in his mouth? Looks like he's got a tennis ball in his mouth or something. He's got a big old hedge apple or something. All right, what we got over here? Oh, the Federal Reserve. So this is the headquarters of the Federal Reserve, currently under major renovation. I've shown you this many times. It's going to be this way for another year or two, I think. I should actually look it up, see how long they got, but as you can see, the buildings are basically just shells right now. There's nothing going on inside. They moved downtown to 18th and K. They rented a couple office buildings down there. They still have one or two other buildings in this area, kind of nondescript. But eventually they'll all be back here unified in one space. Should be like quite a bit nicer when they build all these glass atriums and everything. So that's the Federal Reserve on the left. On the right is the Department of Interior building, which was bought by the Fed and will become part of their offices as well. This project's been in the planning or design stages for almost 10 years. Really took forever. I think it was actually started before Trump, and the Trump administration had some questions about it, and then it just took forever. Finally, it's gotten all the necessary approvals. Let's try not to get hit by a car. We're getting blocked by a big cement pumper. There's the Department of Interior. But as you can see, the building is just nothing. I mean, it's just a wall. Inside, they just gutted the thing. Now for Betty DT. All right, what do we got up here? Anything exciting? Not really. That's the new Department of the Interior over there. We see protests, especially like environmental activists like to protest at the Department of Interior down here. And also Native American tribes will come out here because the Department of Interior has all the Native American Indian organizations under their management. Let's go down to 18th Street. All right, as we continue up 18th Street, we come to this one brick house known as the Octagon House. This was a private residence, back in the early 1800s, but it was also the White House. When the White House was burned by the British invasion, executive residents moved to this home, and this is actually where the Treaty of Ghent was signed, ending the War of 1812. So, a second White House in Washington. I did a video about that a while ago. If you go look at my records, you'll probably find it somewhere in there. Let's go up this way. That was another famous boarding house over there. A lot of Supreme Court justices used to live in that building. Okay, guys, we're gonna swing back over here, park this bicycle, because my son has a soccer game this afternoon. Woo! So we're gonna run home, change our clothes into something more casual, and film him playing soccer rather than filming Biden walking to a helicopter. It is a Friday. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will be back as conditions warrant, and if not, you'll see me next week. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Oh, go ahead. I'm going to put up some of the photos that I've taken this week, and last couple weeks I haven't done this. These are the photos that I've been taking and have been picked up by major media outlets. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.